starts with a stranger arriving at the town of Iping. He's a private guy, which is a problem when you live in a town where the major expert is gossip. The stranger doesn't get along with the villagers, especially the people who own the inn where he's staying. He spends most of his time trying to do something scientific in his room.
I must have a room and a fire.
Of course, sir. May I take your coat and hat, sir, and give them a good try in the kitchen?
No.
Very well, sir. The room will be warmer soon. Your lunch, sir. Oh, I didn't know, sir. You've had an accident?
Yes. I came to Ivan hoping to be able to live and work here without being disturbed. I am an experimental investigator.
Oh, yes, sir. And if I may ask?
That will be all, Mrs. Hall.
Since villagers didn't like the Invisible Man, people started to accuse him of every strange event in town. Eventually, after the villagers accused him of robbery, the stranger got very angry. He takes off all his clothes and reveals that he is invisible.
You don't understand who I am or what I am, by heaven. I will show you.
Then he removed his sunglasses and his hat. With a violent gesture, he tore his bandages and off they came. He stood there, a solid figure up to the coat collar, and then nothing at all. The people in the inn ran into the street shouting and screaming. The Invisible Man fights the village and flees, leaving his important scientific notes behind. The Invisible Man was without money and needed his stuff urgently. To get them back, he forces a homeless man named Marvel to help him. They go back to Iping to get the Invisible Man's stuff, but the villagers attack and craziness ensues. Marvel runs away with the money, but he tries to kill Marvel. But a bunch of people at a bar fights the Invisible Man off. One person even shoots him, but it's just a scratch. The Invisible Man takes shelter in a house that happens to be owned by an old colleague friend named Kemp. While staying with Kemp, Griffin, the Invisible Man, tells Kemp his backstory. He also forced Kemp to become his partner to do things together. And the most important thing was to get his things back in order to prepare the antidote and become visible again. Griffin was so angry that became insane, was willing to commit crimes and murders if necessary.
Alone, I can rap a little, hurt a little, but there is the end. But with that partner, I can establish a reign of terror. I will issue order and all who disobey I will kill.
But why must you kill?
To terrify and dominate. But hush! What's the noise downstairs?
Turns out Kemp had alerted the police about Griffin, but when they come to arrest him, he escapes. Kemp works with the police to catch Griffin, who in turn tries to catch Kemp. In the end, a bunch of people on board the gang up on the Invisible Man and kill him. As he dies, Griffin loses his invisibility, and a very first glimpse of the Invisible Man can be seen for the very first time.